and good morning everyone, and welcome to Friday Live. It's that time of the week again, and I'm super excited to be with you here once more. So my name is Ashley Hay. I'm an artist and I love working with Powertex. So for the last month or so, we've been focusing on upcycling and what we can do to repurpose and recycle old objects. And at the moment, we're focusing on some wearable art and what you can do with old garments and how you can recycle them and make them into amazing art pieces. So today, of course, we're going to be focusing on some art bra fun, and I'll talk about that in just a minute. Hey Donna, how are you going? Lovely to see you here. And so we're going to be talking about that. So I have let the cat out of the bag. But what we've been talking about for the last few weeks, and I kind of went, oh, we've done all the B's. We've been talking about bottles and boots and brushes, and now we're talking about bras. So there you go. So how can you repurpose old objects from around the house or garments that you think, oh, I could do something with that, or even garments that you haven't even dreamt that you could do something with. So wearable art is just so much fun to play with. It is a passion of mine, and the reason I love it so much is because you actually have the opportunity to do art, and it goes on stage and people wear it, and so it's got a very, very practical connection to community and people, and I just love that. So it's very theatrical. It's a very theatrical way of putting your art out there, and yeah, been a passion of mine for many, many years. I've always loved theatre, and I've actually facilitated group circus and done performance and drama and all sorts of things myself. And so for me, it is a natural transition to go into the wearable art field. But of course, it does take a lot of time because you're creating a huge garment. They can be very simple as well, though. Okay, so we're going to have a lot of fun today, and hopefully it will inspire you with some ideas that you haven't even dreamt possible. And we'll take a look at what we can do with some art bra fun. So welcome everyone, and I can see Natalie's here. Welcome from Bag End Studios, and Donna and Liz and Mariana. Welcome to everyone, and I know everyone else will be popping in. So make sure you say hello and let us know you're here. It's lovely for me to see who is actually online. Let me know where you're from, and just make a comment if you're up for some fun upcycling today. Okay, so what we're going to have a look at is we are going to be having a look at art bras. And a few years back, a group of us got together and we went, wouldn't it be great to do something for Pink Ribbon? And so we did an exhibition called Uplifting Art Bras with a Cause, for a Cause, and many artists got involved, and it actually became a really huge event with over 60 artists actually involved and contributing pieces, and we had people from around the world. So the piece that you saw featured on the cover was actually by Rosalind Sherman, and she's in Canada, and so I have got her art bra here that I can show you, and we'll take a look at that, and we'll take a look at a couple of others, and let's have a look at some possibilities, and I hope it inspires you for what you can actually do. So like I said, we had over 60 entries from people around the world, so it was huge. So let's take a look down to the other table, and I'll bring up some of the artwork and we can have a look and get cracking with some inspirational ideas for the weekend or for next week. Okay, so I'll just keep an eye on everyone's comments, and if you do have any questions, please ensure that you ask them. And so I've got Rosalind Sherman's art bra here, and we had many entries, like I say, and all of them got auctioned off and sold and or returned to the owner. And So this one I couldn't obviously send back to Rosalind, but I have kept it as an example to be able to show people what you can actually do and the possibilities, and of course to talk about pink ribbon as well. So many of them got sold, and then many of them also went up for auction with pink ribbon. So it was a very, very exciting event. And this is Rosalind's piece. It is just gorgeous, and it is done with Powertex, and she's used some pre-made flowers and then hardened the flowers and put some colour onto them. She has left the fur fuzzy. So whilst the bra is hardened and protected with Powertex so that it lasts, she has kept some of the elements soft, which is a really, really nice thing to do. And I know many of you have thought about it. It is a really wow piece. I'm not sure if you can see that. Donna is just saying, wow, that's a stunning piece, and it sure is. It's absolutely gorgeous, and it's even nicer when you actually see it. And can you imagine wearing it? How awesome would that be? So this one isn't made to be wearable. With the exhibition, many of the entries that came in, I actually really encouraged them to have them so they'd be able to hang. So we did some hanging from the ceiling three-dimensionally, and the exhibition looked quite incredible. I should have put some pics on here so you could see, maybe another time. But that's that one, and it is just gorgeous. So many thanks to Rosalind, and that is just such a gorgeous piece. Now, if we have a look at one that is actually a little bit more wearable, I haven't got it here. I'm talking about Natalie Parrish from Bag End Studio in Queensland. She is the Powertex distributor there. And so if you are in Queensland, Natalie is the perfect person to connect with. And they have currently just got down the rabbit hole going with artists and trainers in Queensland. So it's a really great group to connect with, and they're all inspirational artists, and so it's really nice to get around like-minded people and actually get that creative energy going. So I'm super excited for you guys over there. Let's just take a look at Natalie's art bra. So this is Natalie's art bra, and it is entitled The Fall. Now, this piece is actually an element of a wearable art piece. So she has designed this one to be wearable, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. So we'll have to get Natalie on at some point to actually talk about this amazing piece and why she did it and how she's actually created the elements. But here is a picture of it actually being worn. So you can see there that this is Ella, and she is actually wearing the entire garment on stage as part of Wearable Art for... Can't remember, Natalie, you'll have to drop it in the comment. I know it's something garbage. I can't remember the place. So please let us know, and that would be awesome. But look at this beautiful piece. It is just so stunning. And so this is the entire garment. So you can see she's actually wearing that art bra, and it's all done with Powertex, and the headpiece is sensational. And then all of the skirt is made from recycled refuse material that is usually reverse garbage. That's it. Thank you, Natalie. She's just saying reverse garbage. That's the one. So yes. So I lost it for a minute there. So it is a stunning, stunning piece, and we'll have to get her in to tell the story behind the piece soon. But I just wanted to show you today really what is possible and what you can actually do with just really incredible attention to detail. And so you can imagine the time that that garment took to make. So it is a huge undertaking to do wearable art, but it is so spectacular, and to see your art on stage in motion on a person and under lights, and it is just such a great great, great thing. So yes, you can make your art bras so that they're wearable, or you can make them an interesting arty piece to hang and actually have showing. So this was another one that was done for the uplifting. It's not coming up, I don't think. Hang on. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. And it was called Need a Lift. And this one actually won one of the prizes, and you can see that she's actually created like a crane to give a bit of a lift there. So it's a great play on words, a great pun, and a really, really nice creative piece. And of course, the other week I showed you as well, I showed you Twin Peaks by Lynn Reading, which is just gorgeous as well. So we talked about that a couple of weeks ago, but you can see the creative possibilities with Powertex. And yeah, this one, of course, has the gum leaves on it, like I showed you, and it's got some fabric, and it's all done with the bronze Powertex and then coloured up with the different metallic pigments and things. So absolutely, absolutely, absolutely gorgeous. And so I hope that you, from seeing a couple of those, that you're sort of going, oh my goodness, look at those, and perhaps you're thinking, oh, what could you possibly do? So I know Natalie's done another piece where she actually incorporated one of the plaster heads, and it is just beautiful. So we'll see if we can get her on to show us some of these pieces and have a chat about them at some point. Okay, so I'll just check the comments. So yes, Carol's just saying she loves the name Melissa and that it looks fantastic. And Donna's saying it was amazing, the material Lynn used to make hers. Absolutely. And Donna, your piece was absolutely incredible, made with the polymer clay. And of course, Donna took out the overall winner for the uplifting art bras. And so I'll have to post that in the comments. Absolutely, absolutely. So much fun, such a great thing to do, and we all had an absolutely incredible time. Alrighty, so let's pop back down to my table here, and I'll show you a couple more things because I have got some more live things to talk about here. Let me just see if there's anything I need to put up. So I'm going to talk about this one next. And so it is actually Winky by Heather Gilmore, and it is a gorgeous piece, and she has actually also given it to me to be able to, do things like this where I talk about what we did and actually show some creative elements. So I'll just move this one out of the way and move this one over. And this is just delightful. So it's called Winky. I love the title and I love this piece. It's really quirky fun. So I'll just hold it up here and I'll just check that you can see that well. Now, look at this. So this is all done with Powertex. And again, it's one of the ones that has been done so that it can actually hang. So this one isn't wearable. The back strap has got a attention to detail and it is flattened down so it's going to hang well. And all you would need to do is, if you did want to wear it, then you would just keep some of the elements soft. So you'd keep the inside soft and then you just keep some of the elements that needed to turn and be more malleable soft. But the creation of the hard elements on the piece, it just gives you so much capacity to create the most incredible sculptural form. And this is a really nice example because you can see how she's created little winky eyes. So we've got one open here and one actually giving you a little wink over here, and it is just absolutely gorgeous. But what I wanted to really talk to you about was some of the elements that she's used in here. So there's actually bubble wrap being used on this piece, and she's got all sorts of things. So she's got fabric and lace and stockinette, and then this is just gorgeous with this beaded lace. And so there is a lot of fabric and a lot of lace, and then there's some paper flowers that have been added as a little element there. And the eyelashes are just cut paper. So they're just absolutely gorgeous. Some stone art to create some of the form. And it is just such a great piece. The other thing that I love about it is that it is actually done with the red Powertex, and it's just such a fun piece. So that's Winky. I'll hold him up there so you get a better, clearer look at him. So there's his open eye and his winky eye, and he is just absolutely gorgeous. So I think that just shows you some of the possibilities in terms of what you can do with a bit of creativity and having a bit of creative fun and playing around with things. Now, I have got, I'll just bring it up here. We've got a few comments, so let's just have a look at what's there. So, wow, how does the bubble wrap work? So I think she's just literally just put Powertex on, and it seems to have stuck to it. So I will ask her exactly how she's done that, but I'm pretty sure she told me that she had just used bubble wrap, stuck it down with Powertexed over it, and then embellished it. But I will double check for you, Carol, and I'll get back to you on that one. And Natalie's just saying, yeah, she loves bubble wrap. So there you go, Natalie. Yep, absolutely gorgeous. And we're getting lots of comments to Heather saying, wow, absolutely love it. And Natalie has also said that she'll get the Down the Rabbit Hole girls to put them up on one of the Facebook pages. So I don't quite know what that means, but I'll drop you a line afterwards and we'll chat and have a look at that. Okay, so one of the things that I thought that I would also show you is some of my artwork as well that I've done in terms of creating breast pieces. So, of course, actually, the organisation for the event was massive. So I got caught up in the whirlwind of all of that. I did, however, start one at the time, and I pulled it out the other day and I went, oh, I must get on to actually finishing that. So this was the start of one of mine, and all I've done is I actually didn't use a bra base. I actually made my own base from a model and did it with foam. But how easy would it be to use a bra base and instead of going to all that hard work to make your own, and you could just keep, like I said before, the inside cups soft, or even line them with a little bit of felt once you've finished. And because when you're doing wearable art, you do need to consider the comfort of the model, and you need to make sure that nothing's scratchy or catching anywhere where they need to move. That was a lesson I learned, and through actually doing some pieces. So this is just all cut foam, stuck down, and then I just want to simply do it with some bronze gold and do it up. So this was actually going to be the start of a piece, so maybe I'll have to get on and do a bit more with that. But I'll show you one of my other pieces. So I'll bring it up as a banner for you. So hang on. So this particular piece is called Luminous, and it was the second wearable art piece that I did, and it all lights up. And the idea with it was that it would actually catch the light, and that you can see that there's a lot of positive and negative space. And the idea was that as she turned and moved, that shadows would cast on the ground that looked like the shadows cast from trees. So it was a really fun piece to make. And again, you know, masses of work, and but so great to be involved with some wearable art. So yeah, I absolutely loved doing that piece. And like I say, it was called Luminous, so for the light coming through the trees. So I'm going to show you the breastplate from that so that you can actually have a look at the breastplate. So what have I got here? Here it is. So this is the breastplate from the piece, and it is just really, really, really sparkly. It is all done with Powertex. So Powertex and other things, because you can see it's got resin finishing it, and the colour that I've used on it is actually mylar. But what I did was I created a plaster form. So I actually moulded a plaster form on the body of the model, and then I used that plaster form to actually model the piece on. So I put some fabric down first onto the plaster with some plastic over the plaster, of course, so I could easily get it off. And then I used some stone art on the piece. So I don't think you can see. I'll try and see if I can show you. See how it's got texture on there? So it's not just flat. And it's actually got some little bits of, you can see that's probably the most textural element that you can see there, but it's all textured. And that was done by putting stone art on it, and then I actually pressed texture into it. And then once that was dry, I put the mylar on. Now, the mylar is essentially it's a plasticky film, which is considered a fabric, but it has this beautiful opalescent texture. It doesn't stick with Powertex because it resists the Powertex. So what I did was I put it down, and then I thought, okay, I'm going to resin finish it so that it gets this super gloss look, and it just came up really, really well. And so once I had done that, it's all about the layers. I always say that whenever I'm teaching, or whenever I'm showing painting or even sculpture, it's all about creating layered elements to add just that really little bit of finesse. Now, I could have gone further with this piece. There was so many possibilities that I could still have done to make the garment even more, but there comes a time where you have to go, yes, I'm finished. So I'll just move this out of the way so I can show you this other bit here. So we've talked about creating a sculptural form with wire previously. And so this was another element of the skirt itself. And so this is all done with wire and Powertex. It has been worn many, many, many times, and it has been sitting in my studio. It's actually got LED lights built into it as well. So you can see them here. This all plugs up to the lighting system. So when you're wearing the garment, it actually casts light back this way into the breast piece. So the breast piece becomes has reflected light coming off it. So that really resined surface is going to catch the light really well, and it's just going to bounce off it and create shadow, the shadow through the leaves and through the branches, which is really what I was going for, was the shadow that the garment cast more than the garment itself. So yeah, I had a lot of fun doing this piece, and it was a challenge working out the lights, let me tell you. But again, you know, these sorts of elements could be anything. So you can take them off, you know, you could have them coming off a shoulder piece or a head piece, and they're just simply wire and masking tape like I've showed you previously. So the possibilities are insane and endless in terms of what you can do. And I just thought, you know, today it would be a lot of fun to talk about some of these art bras and the possibilities. And I just look forward to seeing what you guys who've been following the lives actually do over the next few weeks. I'm excited to see maybe a few art bras in the group. And if you are creating, make sure that you're posting on the Creative Hub. So if you haven't joined the Creative Hub yet, just simply go to, the link is actually in the comment in the description, so you can follow that link and join there. And please make sure that you agree with the group rules when you join, otherwise we we want to keep that group a really, really nice group. So yeah, join today and post your creations, especially if they're upcycled, because we've got an upcycling challenge until the end of the month. And so it is a lot of fun. Loads of people are contributing. Everything is different. And like I say, we've been doing bottles, boots, brushes, and now bras, but we've done so much more than that over the last few weeks. So enjoy creating and have a little bit of quirky fun with some art bras. So go out and get yourself find yourself an old bra and have a play with the possibilities today. And for those of you who are contributing to the challenge, remember to use the hashtag upcycling challenge so that we can actually get all the results at the end of the month easily. And of course, there is going to be a beautiful prize of my Rust Effects online workshop is going to go to one lucky person from having contributed to the challenge. So super looking forward to that. It's definitely coming up in a few weeks. And of course, if you do want to learn more about Powertex, so join the Creative Hub. And then if you do want to learn more about Powertex, of course, you can go to the website. And just on a final note, I have super exciting news. I am really, really, really excited to be launching a business workshop for people who are creative to actually create an arty business. So if you have wanted to start an art business for a while, or you've maybe had an art business but you sort of don't know where to go with it, or you're just not getting the results you want, then I'm moving into that space. I've been inspiring creativity for over 10 years now, and I've had so many people over the years say to me, hey Ash, how do I sell my work? Or, you know, what would I do if I was doing it for markets? And is it worth doing markets? Or so many questions about arty business questions. I want to start an art business, but I don't quite know how to start. I need to write an artist statement. So I've helped people throughout the years, just as they've come across my path with many of these questions. And I'm really, really, really excited to be formalising it. And I am taking I'm offering a free masterclass on Monday night. So it's actually coming up Monday, the 19th of July. So that's next Monday. And you guys can actually register, come along for free. And I'll put the joining link in the comments or in the description so that for those of you who would like to come along, you just simply have to register your details, and then I'll send you the Zoom link, and I'm going to be on live talking about it, so you'll have an opportunity to ask questions as well. So super, super exciting, and I hope you guys have an amazing creative weekend, and I am really looking forward to inspiring people with their creativity, to inspiring them to creatively build successful art businesses. So have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and ciao for now, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Bye.